Hey everybody, this is Allison from Bandzoogle here. I'm the Education and Events Specialist here at Bandzoogle. First thing before we start, we're having a slight bit of technical difficulty. So if you guys could just say something on the chat, you can see and hear me. Let's see here. Okay, so it looks like Rhonda says and go. Cindy says yes. Yes, see and hear, Marianne. Okay, so let's see. Bree is here on the call, but we can't get her live stream going. So let me just check this out real quick. Let's see. Bree, can you type something into the chat and then I think I can invite you to the screen that way, hopefully. Okay, so let's see. Okay. For some reason, it's not letting me allow Bree to be live on the screen. So I'm sorry about that. I'm not sure what, we're using a new webinar platform. So I'm not sure why. They came to see me, not you. That's okay. All right, well, we'll go ahead and get started. We have a lot to cover today, and I want to get as much packed in as we can. Thank you guys for being here. I know Bree's super excited to have you guys all here, and she's done a great job just promoting this webinar, and just she wants to do the best for you guys, and I know that she's super excited for this. Mishi says, I see chat, but the video says the stream is offline, even though I refreshed 2 times. I have some technical difficulties a little bit. I can see the chat and everything. I can see Bree's picture, but I just can't see her live. All right, well, we're going to go ahead and get started. So basically, what we're going to do is we're going to go through a quick PowerPoint presentation just to let you guys know a little bit about what Bandzoogle is. We're going to go over some things that you need for a successful website, and then we'll give you some tips on like best industry practices. And then what we're going to do is after that, we're going to jump right into live site reviews. And a lot of you already emailed me with requests to have your website reviewed live. So there was a lot of you that sent in emails, and I want to get to all of them, but typically we'll probably get to maybe 8 to 12 if we hurry through. The rest, whatever ones I don't get through, I will send an email to you directly with site review. It'll be a detailed site review. It'll go pretty much page through page, so you won't miss out. Let's see. Okay, great. So you guys can still see and hear me. And then at the end, I'm going to try for a couple minutes of questions and answers, but I do want to get as much in as possible with the site reviews. So we'll do that. Now, when I am screen sharing with you guys to show you the presentation and the site reviews, I won't be able to see the chat. So if you guys have any questions, you can go ahead and type them, and if Bree can answer them, she can go ahead and chat with you guys on the chat. Or if I don't get to it, I can answer the questions after I stop screen sharing. So we'll go ahead and get started. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Let's see here. If at any time my screen cuts out or you guys can't hear me, go ahead and type in the chat. I'll periodically check back with the chat over here. I'll check back in just to make sure you guys are still connected and everything. Bree also has my number. I emailed it to her, so she can also text me if anything happens. Tivoli Sky says you wanted a site review. We're doing the site reviews live, and then for ones we don't get to, we're going to go ahead and get to them after the fact. All right, so let me go ahead and share the screen. All right, so let's see. You guys should see that full screen now. And let me just scroll back here. All right, so that should be full screen for you guys. So we're just going to go through this quickly. So Bandzoogle, basically, you can reach us at bandzoogle.com. We're all over social media. We're at Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. So we're always posting new updates and blog posts and stuff. So you'll definitely want to follow us there if you're not already. And then Women of Substance, you can reach at wsradio.com and on Twitter and Facebook, and I believe Instagram as well. I'm not 100% sure, but definitely follow all over social media because we're all doing updates frequently. So you might be asking yourself, what is Bandzoogle? Why are we watching this webinar? What's going on? So I'm going to go over quickly what Bandzoogle is, and what we are is we're a website and direct-to-fan marketing platform. So what we do in a nutshell is we give you all the tools that you need to create a custom website with no coding skills or anything like that. So you can really set something up very nice that fits your style, and you can set it up quickly and easily. Some of the features that we do offer a free domain and hosting is included. So if you already have a domain name, you can use that one, or if you don't, we give you one for free. We also offer great hosting that's already included in the plan as well. With our website builder, it's dedicated to musicians. You don't have to be a musician. You can, build a website for any industry, but we were created by musicians for musicians. And so we include music players, and on a website, you should definitely have your music if you're a musician. And with our music players, it allows you to stream all your music. You can offer free downloads. You can sell commission free, so we don't take a cut of your sales. You can set a price or have your fans pay what they want. And that's a great option because a lot of times you might set a price of, say, $1 for a track. But if you say, hey, you can pay what you want, sometimes people are generous and they want to support you and they'll pay more for an individual track or album. You can add lyrics. We have different file types you can upload, and you can also import from SoundCloud. You can do album pre-orders, and then you can do SoundScan reporting as well on our Pro plan. And then with our players, you can embed your players with Facebook and Twitter as well, so you can share your music. We do have a built-in calendar feature as well. It allows you to put all your gigs and different events on your website. With our Pro plan, you can sell tickets commission-free, which is really helpful because you won't have to have the extra fees that some of the other ticket sales companies charge. You can add custom images, so if you have show posters, you can upload those as well. It connects to Google Maps, so people will be able to find you, and all the events are shareable as well. You can also set recurring events, and we do have Bands in Town integration. So if you're already using that, you can easily integrate into our features as well. Another thing is that we offer a mailing list tool, which is pretty great because a lot of times with other site builders, you do have to use an external mailing list company. But with Bandzoogle, we have one built right in. It's part of your plan, so you don't have to go outside to get one. And so basically with it, you can send professional email newsletters. You can schedule like emails for later. So if you want to send, one a week, you can go ahead and schedule those. We also give you detailed reports, so you'll get to see how many, like a percentage of how many people opened your email as well. So it's good for tracking purposes. And then if you've already started building your list somewhere else, it's easy to, import that into the mailing list as well. And you can also export it if you decide to leave or take it to another company as well. We also offer a commission-free store. It's a little bit different than our music feature in that this is where you would sell physical items like CDs, vinyl records, t-shirts, other band merch. You can also sell digital files like sheet music and videos. So if you teach lessons or something, you can do that. We also now offer discount codes and sale pricing, so you can, put things on sale as well. And then we do have automatic inventory tracking, just in case you have, say, t-shirts and you only have a limited supply. To date, all of our members have sold over $25 million in commission-free sales and counting, and we have not taken a penny of that on our end. So we want to make sure that you guys are keeping all the proceeds from your sales because it's your music. We do also offer over 100 beautiful mobile-ready themes. So basically, you only have to design your site one time, and it'll scale down to any screen size that your viewers are coming to you from. So you don't have to design two different sites, one for desktop and one for mobile. It's all one site, and it works well with all devices. With our themes, they are customizable. So it's very easy with point and click to change things like colors, fonts, placement, layout. We also have on some of our newer themes some color photo overlays. There's a lot of different options. And so you can pretty much make your website your own the way you like it. Then we also have detailed fan data. This is powered through Google Analytics. So it'll show you things like how many people visited your website, what pages they went to, how long they stayed on the site. And then we also have a plays tab that tells you what songs they listened to in full or what songs they skipped. It's pretty dynamic, so you'll get a lot of information from there as well. We also give you the option to connect to your services. So it's really easy. It's integrated, so you can, add your Instagram feed, your Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, all of that. You can just basically just integrate it right into your site, so you can stay connected with your fans. We do offer musician-friendly support. We do offer it 7 days a week. So if you ever get stuck, if you're ever, trying to build your site and something happens, or if you just have some questions, you can email us or come to live chat, and somebody there will definitely be ready to help out. Okay, so the cool thing is that by doing the webinar, we're going to be offering this promo code. It's WOS15. You can remember it with Women of Substance 15. And what that's going to do is it's going to give you a 30-day free trial, which gives you time to build your site, try out all the features. And then after that, if you decide to upgrade to a paid plan, you'll get 15% off your first year. So that's the promo code that you can use after this webinar if you want to go ahead and give it a try. We don't require any sort of, credit card or anything to even try it out. So there's no obligation. You don't have to worry about it. If you don't want to use it after the 30 days, you can just let it expire. If you want to give it a try and you're just not ready yet, you can go ahead and let it expire. And then when you're ready, the content would still be there if you decided to come back, say, in a couple weeks or a month later. All right, so basically, we're going to go over some of the things, why you need to have a website. But first, I'm going to check back in with the chat. Since I can't see you guys, I'm just going to check and make sure you guys are still connected. Okay. Let's see. So it looks like we're still connected. If you guys could just give a little shout out that you guys can still see the slideshow presentation and you can still hear me. I just want to make sure we're still connected since I can't. Usually Bree would be on here and she'd be able to shout out that she could still, see and hear me, but I can't connect with her that way. The chat support feature is awesome. Already on Bandzoogle. Yes. Okay. Still connected. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So we're going to keep going with that. Let me just go back to the screen. All right. All right, so there's 4 reasons to drive people to your website. A lot of times we get the question, why can't I just use social media? Well, social media is awesome. You definitely want to be using social media, but there's a few reasons why you should definitely have a website as well. Number 1, you own the address. So you're guaranteed to own a little piece of the internet that's just yours. Your fans and customers will always be able to find you. So for example, back in the day, there was a site like MySpace where, you might have accumulated a lot of followers and then it just went downhill and people were starting to jump ship. And then you're like, wait a minute, I don't know how to stay in touch with you. So, you want to use social media, but you also want to get people to your site because that's where you can collect their email address and you can stay in touch with them no matter what happens on social media. The second reason is that you own the experience. I'm sure you all have seen all the ads that has been increasing on sites like Twitter and Facebook and Instagram. I mean, you can't scroll through without, even just a couple seconds without seeing pop-up, like not pop-ups, but ads on the sides or within your feed. And it's really distracting. You also don't have any design limits with your own website because you can make it the way you want it. Number 3 is that you own the data. So you're going to see where your fans are from, and you get to keep those email addresses that sign up to your mailing list. And then number 4, you earn more money by selling directly from your site. Again, we don't take a cut of your sales. So if you get people to your website and they want to buy your album, you'll get to keep all the money from that. So it's a lot better to have your own website just for those reasons. Data. So what this means is that if you own the data, the money will always follow. So Derek Webb is the founder of Noise Trade. Over a decade ago, before it was even popular to give away your music for free, he decided to give an album away for free in exchange for an email address. And by doing that, he gained almost 100,000 subscribers. And so what he did is that he used those subscribers as a way to stay in touch with his fans. And then he sold out all his events and shows all around, all of his gigs. He sold them out. And so that way he still made money, but he just did it in a roundabout way. Instead of making the money from the sale of the album, he made it by having that list and sending out, reminders like, hey, come check me out. I'll be in your city. And that way he still made money. So it's kind of a way to think out the box. But once you own the data of your fans, as far as like mailing lists, you'll always be able to stay in touch with them. So I'm going to go over the top 4 reasons to have a mailing list. The first thing is that you own it. You can download the database, take it with you wherever you go. It doesn't matter what service you're using. As long as you have built a mailing list, you can take it wherever you want. It's the ultimate permission marketing. So when somebody signs up to your mailing list, they want to hear from you. Basically, if they come to your website and they put their email address in, they're saying, yes, I want to hear from you. I want to know what's going on with your music and everything. The third reason is that it's the best way to sell. So email marketing is 40 times as effective as Facebook and Twitter combined. So Facebook and Twitter, Instagram, all those are great, but email marketing is still king when it comes to staying in touch with your fans. And then the fourth reason is it's the best way to stay in touch. So an email list is an artist retirement plan, says Emily White, who's an artist manager. So it's because you have a way of continually talking to your fans through email, and they stay on your list. They tend to stay on your list longer, even if they decide to get off of Facebook or get off of Twitter. By you having their email address, you'll continually be able to stay in touch with them. So we're going to quickly go over who your website's audience is. So when you're designing your site, you're going to know how you should design it. There's 3 different categories. It's potential fans and customers, current fans and customers, and industry media. So the first group is your potential fans. These are people that don't really know about you. They may have seen you in a magazine article. Somebody may have told them about you. So when they come to your site for the first time, they're going to want to know who you are. What's your story? What are you about? So you're going to want to put a short, bio on, the home page. You're going to also want to put your best song and video up front. This isn't the time to, put, like your latest album, if it's not doing well. You want to put songs that are popular, that people already know about, on your homepage, because they may have, seen one of your songs and came to your site that way. And the third thing is that for potential fans, you want to get them on your mailing list. You can do that by offering a free sample, free music, exclusive content, or a discount. The second category is your current fans. These are people that already know about you, that follow you, that love you, that want to continue to hear from you. They're going to want to know what's new. So when they get to your site, you might want to have some latest news that says, hey, I'm going on tour, or I'm working on this album, or I'm writing new material. You can do that with a blog post, different blog posts. You can also do that with photo galleries, just to let them know that there's new things popping up in your world. You can also offer limited edition products, package deals, or do crowdfunding for your current fans. That will continue to keep them engaged with you and stay fans of your site. And then the third thing, again, is to get them on your mailing list. I know I'm going over this a lot, but it is just that important. You do want to make sure that the mailing list is something that you stay conscious of, because it is the way that you're going to be able to interact with your fans. You can do that also with giving some free music or exclusive content to your current fans as well. And then your third audience is industry media. And a lot of times people forget about this category. Those are the people that are looking for new artists, new music. They want to know what's new with you. When they get to your site, they want to know what's going on, what makes you unique. You're going to want to put your best foot forward. So put your best song or video right on your homepage. And then you're going to want to have a dedicated press kit page. A press kit page, sometimes it's called an EPK, or electronic press kit. That's a one page. It's like a one sheet where it gives media professionals an at a glance, so they don't have to search through your site looking for stuff. Most times media is not going to take the time to do that. They want you to make it easy for them. So on your press kit page, you'll want to have a short bio or story about your music, you and your music, high quality images that they can download in case they want to use it on blog posts or magazine articles. You'll want to have some music, not all your music, but just a few of your most popular songs, a video if you have one. If you have press quotes, this would be the time to use them on the press kit page. And then any career highlights. And then, of course, you'll want to have contact information so they can get in touch with you for more information. So on your website, there's a few navigation tips. Navigation is your menu. That's the menu bar at the top of your site. You're going to want to make, so we recommend no more than 8 menu buttons. Have one clear purpose per section, and then keep the names simple in the menu. You can use fancier names or fun names or content on your pages, but in the menu you want to keep it very basic. So if it's news, call the page news. If it's music, call it music. So you might be wondering, what are the essential 8 sections or 8 pages that you need to have on your website? So we'll go over those quickly. The first one is your home page. That's obviously your first page. It's the most visited page. So this is where you're going to want to grab the attention of those who have gotten there. So the number one thing is you're going to want to have a great professional header image. It really makes a huge difference. Definitely invest in a professional photographer to take your pictures, and you'll be able to use those professional photos on your website or social media, or if you're sending out newsletters. So it's definitely a great investment. You'll want to have a short 2 or 3 line bio that talks about who you are, what your kind of music that you do, and where you're from. You'll want to have some music and a video if you have one, some latest news, and then your social media links. Also on the homepage, you definitely want to have a mailing list sign-up form, and you want to have it in the top of your site. Usually people put it at the top left corner, and that way it makes it easy. People sign up to your mailing list. So basically that's what I was just talking about, is a homepage essential is a call to action. A call to action is the one thing you want a fan or a visitor to do when they get to your site. So the number one call to action is the mailing list. You can also ask them to make a purchase, watch your video, or contribute to a crowdfunding campaign. The second page that you'll want is a bio page. You'll want to have that written in third person, so you can either have someone write it about you or you can write it about yourself. And then you'll want to have a photo or 2 on the page. If your bio is long, you definitely want to have a photo or 2 just to break up the text. You'll want to have a music page. Obviously, it's a music site, so you want to make sure people can hear you. If you have several different albums, you'll want to put a full discography, some song samples, and lyrics are always great to add. You can even do downloadable tracks for email if you want to get an enticement going for them to sign up. And then you'll want to add some context. So if you have a little story about how the album came about or the name of the album or something, you can also add that as well. You'll want to have a shows page if you're gigging, have a calendar events, and then it's always cool to have live photo or video as well on that page. For photos, if you have a lot of photos, you can do a dedicated photos page with official promo photos, or even live photos, or even fan photos. You can do a variety of things on a photos page to make it stand out. If you do have videos, you can embed them from YouTube or Vimeo, and you can add titles as well. This makes it really easy for search engines to find these videos and put them in search engine results, which will maybe allow you to find some new fans that way. So having a videos page is a great idea. If you have physical items that you sell, like CDs or T-shirts, it's a great idea to have a store page. Make sure you have images of your merchandise and a clear way to contact you. And then finally, the last page that you'll for sure want to have is a contact page. This is where you'll want to have a email form so people can type in their name, email address, and message. They can get in touch with you. You'll want to have your social media links and then another mailing list sign-up form. And so we're going to quickly go over some quick tips about photos. You're going to always want to use professional photos. Bad photos can really create a negative impression of your music. For colors, you're going to want to stick to a rule of 3 major colors: primary, secondary, and accent color. So try to avoid getting too crazy with a bunch of colors all on the page. It can be overwhelming. And then as far as typography, you're going to want to avoid wacky fonts. And what I mean by that is fonts that have a lot of curly cues or jagged edges. They might look cute or cool, but if they're hard to read, it kind of defeats the purpose. You'll want to make sure that you pay attention to the contrast between font and background. So if you have a black background with very bright white font, it can be hard on the eye. So make sure you check that out when you're designing your site. Use centered text sparingly. It's always best to use left aligned text where possible. And then as far as bold or italics or caps, you want to use that as little as possible. You can use bold or caps for things like titles and announcements. Okay, so that's it for the presentation portion. Again, I want to let you know that if you do want to give Bandzoogle a try, you can enter the code WOS15. And you can go ahead and start that with bandzoogle.com. There's a Get Started button, and then once you click Get Started, you'll see the little checkbox to put your promo code in. You'll get 30 days free. Plus, if you upgrade after that, you'll get 15% off the first year. All right, so I'm going to stop this screen share right here. And let me just check back in with you guys to make sure that you can see and hear me. Okay, let's see. Oh, I see there was a message about the slides. For anybody that does want the slides from the slideshow presentation, you can go ahead and send me an email. It's allison@bandzoogle.com. It's ALLISON @bandzoogle.com. If you want to just request the slides, just send me an email and I will forward that to you. Let's see. Rhonda says, is it possible to switch your current website to Bandzoogle, and how would that work? So basically, because we have our own site builder program, you would need to rebuild your website within our theme builder. But once you do, it'll be much easier to update and promote different things from your site as well. If you get stuck, you can always email us from in the support team, and we'll be able to help you with anything. How long is the promo code available? Can I do it this weekend? Yeah, the promo code is pretty much available for whenever you need it. I don't think we're gonna have it expire anytime soon. I'm not sure exactly how Bree has that set up, but you can use the promo code whenever you need it. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and start the site reviews because I want to get through as many of them as possible. I'm going to talk fast. You can always watch the replay if you want, but the reason I'm going to go quickly through them is because I want to try to get to as many as possible. So I'm going to go ahead and jump right in. Let me go back to the screen. All right, so the first one we're going to go through is Renee Izzy Bennett. Let me just make sure that you guys can see that. Hopefully you can see that full screen. Can you guys see that full screen on your end? Okay. All right. So the first one we're going to go through is Renee Izzy Bennett. Let me just close this right here. So this is her homepage. It's a very nice, beautiful image with a quote here at the top, and then at the bottom it says need music lessons. So because this is the homepage, this is the very first page that somebody's going to get to. I would recommend spicing it up a little bit with more content. Even though this is a beautiful image, it looks really crisp and clean. There's not much more on the page. So you want to get people to kind of think, you know, oh, wow, this is a really great site. I want to learn more. But if there's nothing really on the homepage, you know, sometimes they might miss the menu at the top. They might think this is all you have. So I would recommend maybe, you know, making this a smaller image and putting something on the side so they know if they scroll down, there's more information. If you click need music lessons, this goes to a contact page. So that's great. If we go to the about page, this looks really nice. Nice image, nice long bio. And it's written in third person, which is great. The performances page looks great, nice live images so people can see what it's kind of like if they go to a performance, and then it looks nice with the events listed down the page. It's very clear to read, and you can see where everything's going to be. For lessons, she goes over that she's offering instructions and different instruments and gives a lot of information. And then it's always great to have reviews. If you do have reviews, it's always good if you're teaching lessons to do that. Let's see. I would also, even though this is down here, need music lessons, and it links to the contact page, I would put something up here at the top that says, if you would like lessons, please contact me, and have a link that they can click over just to make it easier. If they already know they want lessons, it'll be right here at the top. They can click to contact you. And then the contact page looks great. Name, email, subject, and message is perfect. And adding a phone number on a contact page is great as well. The only thing you will not want to add is your direct email address. Spam bots crawl sites for things like email addresses, and they'll start spamming you. So always use a custom form and to collect their message. But all in all, looks great. The colors look nice. The site title is easy to read. I would definitely add more to your home page, and that will make it even better. So we're going to go on to the next one. Great job. The next one is Linda McKenzie. This is actually a Bandzoogle site. I recognize the theme. So the menu is easy to read. The header is nice. This is a slideshow header, so you can put different, up to 5 images, and it'll just rotate through. If you scroll down a little bit, there's a large video, so this would be considered a call to action. One thing I would do is I would add a title here in the header, because for example, this is the first time I've come to the site. I really wouldn't know what this site is about. I mean, there's a lot of images of military, so I wouldn't know if it's a military site. I wouldn't really recognize that it's a music site. So I would definitely put a title here, even if it says your name, and then put a little bit of information above the video, just to say, hi, my name's Linda McKenzie. I do this type of music, or this is my mission, or whatever it is. You should put a little welcome message right here at the top, just to introduce the site. And then next to that welcome message, I'd put a mailing list sign up form right here at the top, just to start collecting the email addresses of those people that come to your site. The larger video is great. The social media links are great as well, but we do recommend keeping these to a limit of 3 to 4. You have to remember that every time somebody clicks one of these links, for example, if I click Reverb Nation, it's taking me to the Reverb Nation website, where I could get distracted with other artists. And that goes for anything on the links, Twitter, Facebook. People are going to get distracted, and then they're not really focused on you anymore. Let's see. So here's a mailing list sign up form. There's a lot of text here, so most people are not going to read through that. So I would definitely shorten this up. I would say something, like, I really like this. Hey, I got a free song for you. Let's trade a song for your email. I like this. I would remove all this text and put it in a text feature underneath that, just because it'll make the mailing list sign up form the focus, and you'll get their email address right away. There's music right on the homepage, which is great. You can even shorten this by just putting a few of your tracks and then having like maybe a link that says for more, click here, and then link it to your music page. So that'll entice them to go to your music page to see all of your tracks. A hit counter is an older practice. We don't really recommend it. We do offer a hit counter, but it's kind of a feature that's dated. People know that you can manipulate this number, so it's best to just use your Google Analytics and track fan visits that way. If we go to the About page, looks great, nice header image. Let's see, looks good, written in third person. I would try to lengthen this a little bit. If you have more that you can write about, I would, and I would add an image or two down here as well. Photos page looks great. The captions are good. That's a good addition. If you don't have a lot of photos, it's great to add captions. Once you start getting a lot of photos, like 20 or 30 photos, I would not use captions on each one, just because most people aren't going to read through that, and you want to kind of maximize the page for a visual interest. Music page looks good. It's basically a duplicate of what's on the home page, so looks good. If possible, it's always great to add some context about the album in a text feature. Videos page looks good. So you guys, I don't know if you can hear that, but it basically auto-started the video. Even though you can set that up with our HTML feature, we don't really recommend that, only because somebody might be visiting from a quiet location, like their job or something, and it could be startling to have something start right away. So we recommend just letting people start the video or your music when they're ready to listen. Okay, so the shows page looks good. This is a Reverb Nation widget, looks like. So this is cool to have like a map of your gigs, but I wouldn't make that the focus or the top widget. I would definitely put your events. Oh, actually, these are previous events. Okay, so if you have current events, keep them up at the top. Obviously, maybe it's just that you don't have anything listed at the moment, but maybe it'll show up down here. So I'm not exactly sure, but if the widget does show the upcoming shows, then this is fine. And then the final page is the Contact Me page. Looks good. Has the mailing list sign up form and the custom form. The one thing I also wanted to note is that sometimes people will have a link that says email me by clicking this link. And if you look down at the bottom of the screen, you might be able to see it says the email address. But what happens is if I click this, it'll open my Mac Mail program, or say if you have Outlook. But if somebody's using like say Gmail or Yahoo, it's not going to do anything. When I click that link, nothing's going to happen. So it's really not the best practice to have a link to your email address, only because it's not going to work for some people. But all in all, great job, and looks nice. The next one is harppixie.com. So this is not a Bandzoogle site. I don't recognize the theme, but let's go through it. So, okay, so when I come to a website for a musician or an artist, I personally like to see a header image with the artist's face or the band or something. This is stylish, the header image, but I like to see the artist's face specifically because it starts to get people to recognize you wherever they go. Like say if they see you on social media and then they see your same picture here on the website, they'll start being able to associate your face with your music. Let's scroll down a little bit. So it says Donna McLennan and Harp Pixie Trio. So that's good. Let's see. So it talks a little bit like of a welcome message here. Let's see if I can see if there's a mailing list sign up form anywhere on this page. Lots of videos. I don't see a mailing list sign up form, so I would definitely add one right here at the top. I would also scoot up this title higher on the page and make these images kind of go in a horizontal, just because it takes up a lot of space and they're pretty small pictures. The videos are good. The images are nice. I would also maybe add some upcoming events or latest news as well. Let's see here. It's still trying to load the biographies page, so I'm not sure if it's a slow loading page or if the connection's not really good. But let's see. Okay, so the biographies page looks good. So for me, this text is pretty small, and I'm over here trying to read it like I'm squinting a little bit. So I would definitely recommend increasing the font size of this page. This font style is also very thin. So you might want to think of using a different font that's a little bit more bold, and that way it's easier to read. But I think even just increasing the font size would help a lot. But this page looks really nice. I love when people have a lot of images on their bio page. Looks very, very good. The Muse's Voice Workshop. So it looks like this is just a workshop page, just gives a lot of information. It's always great to have videos if you're having some sort of workshop or anything that somebody needs to learn about. It's always good to have a video explaining it as well. But this page looks nice. There is a lot of text down the page. I don't have time to read through it all, of course, but just think of it from the visitor's perspective. If there's some stuff that you can condense, I recommend doing that, just because a lot of times people have a short time frame to be looking at websites, and you want to give the most pertinent information that they can read right away. So it looks like there's also coaching. I'm not going to go through every page because I want to get to more websites, but let's check out the videos page. Let's see. Page is still trying to load. Looks like a lot of great videos on the page. It is slow loading. My connection seems to be okay. So I'm not sure. You might want to take a look at that. If you're using HTML to load these videos, it could take a long time, but it shouldn't be too bad. Calendar page. So this looks good, but I would definitely try to separate them a little bit more because all this text seems to kind of run together a little bit. You might want to do that with line dividers, or if you have an events feature that kind of breaks them up into a different table view or something, I would definitely recommend doing that. A lyrics page is always a good page to add because if somebody just randomly is looking for different lyrics for different songs or phrases, and you have that lyric in one of your songs, it might put them in search engine results and somebody might find you based on that. So this is great. And then the contact page. Let's make sure what that looks like. Looks good with an image. Again, I would recommend removing the direct email address and just only using the custom form. But all in all, it looks great. She's also including another opportunity to get on the mailing list, which is perfect. But all in all, it looks really, really good. And the colors work well together as well, so very nice. Okay, so the next one is YOLANDA RABUN. Singer, songer, actor, speaker, lawyer. So this is great. So right away I come to the site, I know exactly what I'm getting. The header title is easy to read. I know what I'm getting when I get to the site. Now this is pretty small. It says join Yolanda's mailing list. I almost would have missed that, and that's going to a Reverb Nation page as well. So it's always best to try to keep people on your site. The menu is easy to read. The header images are gorgeous. They're crisp and clear. They're professional. You can tell that, you know, they look very nice. And then the social media icons are right there and on the site as well. So the homepage looks great. Lots of images right at the top. There's a nice welcome message. Personally, I think the header images are very beautiful. And so what I would do is I would move some of these images down on the page and let the welcome message come to the top. Let me just see, because if I roll over these, I thought these might be clickable, but I don't think so. So I would move the images down and have the welcome message at the top, and then add a mailing list sign up form somewhere at the top as well. One that's directly on your site and not one that leads off of the site. Latest news looks great. The images stand out. It's very crisp and easy to read. Videos looks good. And looks like some news and some like Billboard Jazz Times, like articles maybe that's been written. It looks very nice. I would say as I'm scrolling down, it looks really nice. And then once I start getting down here towards the bottom, there's a lot of text, a lot going on, and it's a little scattery for me. So I'm not quite sure like what to read first. So I would maybe clean that up a little bit and make it maybe a little bit like bullet points or something that's not too much text going on. About Yolanda looks great. Another great image. Nice bio, and you can read more and then get the album. It's always nice to have a little button on there just to kind of encourage people to check that out. This is great. Awards and accolades. That's always nice. If you do have any type of awards or, you know, something that you've done, accomplishments, it's always nice to put that on the bio page as well. Any professional affiliations as well is great. So it looks great. So this is nice too, having a short bio, long bio, a discography, and theater resume. I would increase the font size here because this can kind of get missed because it's really small down here at the bottom. Music store, let's see. It says discography and online store. Page is still loading. So let's see what pops up. But it's really nice. She has an album review highlight. That looks really nice. Some great images. Oh, okay. So this is a SoundCloud player, and it auto started for me. So I would definitely recommend turning off the auto start. Let me see. Let's see. Let's see. So you can buy it, but it's to buy on iTunes. I would recommend trying to sell directly from the site if possible, just to keep people on your site. The schedule looks good, easy to read, nice image, and then contact page looks good as well. I'd remove the email address directly, but looks good. I would add a custom form on this page so people can type in their name, email, and their message. But very nice, very lovely site, nice, great images, and very easy to, it's very clean and easy to see. Just gonna check in with you guys. You guys still connected? Okay, looks like you guys are still connected, so that's great. Okay, so the next one is MaggieMcGovern.com. This is also a Bandzoogle site. This is one of our older themes, and the way you can tell some of our older themes is they have more of a narrow content area, whereas a lot of the more modern themes have a wider space for more content. We've had a lot of people, we've had a lot of new theme releases, so we've had a lot of people switching over to new themes. So if you're interested, Maggie, I would recommend going to the Edit Theme tab and clicking View Themes, and you'll be able to see that there's a lot more variety, and you can really fill up the website and give it a lot more space. But this one looks really nice. The header title is easy to read. The images look really nice. She's using the slideshow header, which is great. The social media icons are great right here at the top, and then the sign up. I would definitely try to encourage adding like sign up to my mailing list for a free track or free album, or you can even say something like get a free track that no one else is going to get unless you're on the mailing list, and that'll encourage people to sign up. Videos are always great to add to a homepage as well. I would move the welcome message up a little bit on the page just because that should be the first thing they see besides the mailing list sign up form. Adding Twitter feeds or Facebook feeds is always a good idea, like on a sidebar of your website, but looks nice. I don't see a bio page. I saw the bio, a short bio on the homepage, but I would definitely make a dedicated bio page as well. The music page looks good. She's given the option to download it, and then there's individual tracks that you can preview. There's also a SoundCloud widget as well. I think that's okay, but I would definitely, personally, for me, I like to see consistency. So if you have, for example, 2 or 3 albums, I would keep it in the same style. So either using the Bandzoogle music feature or using the SoundCloud feature. That way it'll look consistent on the page and it won't look like two different like stores or 2 different styles. The other thing is that we do offer a donate button, but we recommend not really using that. Basically, if you're going to use a donate button, you want to kind of give something in exchange for their donations. So you can even set that up in the store feature and say, hey, you'll get an advanced copy of the album if you donate, and they can choose whatever they want to donate. Or you can even do like fun perks like crowdfunding in your store feature as well. So just having a random donate button, we really don't recommend. The shows page doesn't have any shows on here. But she's asking if anyone wants to do collaborations. Personally, I wouldn't have a shows page. I would just unpublish that page until you have shows, and then you can add collaboration message to maybe a contact page instead. The photos page looks good. Lots of good photos. They're really easy to see and very nice. Okay, so fun. I'm not really sure. So basically, what I was kind of speaking about in the slideshow presentation is keeping your menu, avoid getting too creative in your menu names. So for fun, like normally if I go to websites and I don't know what I'm going to get, I usually don't click on it. So you might want to say something like guest book or forum or something like that, so people know what they're going to get when they click on that menu item. Contact page looks good. We also have Gig Salad integration as well if you want to add that. And then it looks like she has a horse rescue, so that's great. That's cool. When you add personal things to your website, like if you have a dedicated page, like if you have a hobby or if you have some sort of other business or something, it's totally okay to use a page on your site for that. It kind of brings a little bit of relatability to you with your fans, so it's always nice to add something like that. And then a blog page is always a good page as well. The #1 rule with blogs is that if you're going to add one, just make sure you're consistent, because people can come to your site and say, it might say last post was a year ago, and they might not think you're active as an artist anymore. But all in all, great job, Maggie. I think we're going to have time for one or two more, so I'm going to try to go quickly through these because I want to just make sure we have even just a couple minutes for Q&A at the end. So this next one is inaccord.biz. And it looks good. You can easily read the header title. It's a very small header image section. This is one of Bandzoogle's older themes. And so this was kind of like just like if somebody didn't want to have a large header image, they could use this kind of like Polaroid look. The header images do look nice, but they are small. So if you did want something larger, I would recommend checking out the edit themes section and look at all the themes, all the new themes, which will give you a lot more options. But the page looks great. Right away, I know that I can get a free song for signing up to the mailing list. It tells me right away like a little welcome message and kind of tells me about In Accord. Nice image right here at the top. I can hear a couple of their songs. A video, I would probably remove the donate button, but then they have like a nice quote here. Facebook, it's nice. It's nicely organized. This is a really good example of a nice website, a nice homepage for a website, because it gives you a little bit of everything and it kind of encourages you to explore more of the website. I believe that this is the one when I first loaded this website prior to the webinar that it was an auto start. So I would definitely recommend turning off auto start and letting your fans choose when to listen. The bio page looks great. Since there's a few players on the page, I would put these images right next to their individual bios. Musical offering, let's see. So basically they're going over the types of events that they do for churches, house concerts. So that's great. I would remove the email address off the page, but looks good. And then they're adding a video so that you can also see like what you'd be getting if you hired them. Music downloads page looks good. They have some context here about the album and then some previews, and then you can buy the tracks. Prepaid. So this is a looks like a members only page, which you can have any page be members only, or you can even set like a password protected page. The calendar looks good. They've added some custom images, which is always nice to add. I would definitely recommend adding some live images to the side, images that, you know, of past performances. And then the photo gallery looks good. Lots of images here. And then the blog page looks good as well. When you have a blog, I'd recommend making sure to include some images in each post just to make sure that when people are scrolling, they have some visual interest. And then finally, the contact page looks good. Again, I would remove the email address, but all in all, great job. And we're going to do this last one for alexachris.com. I am so sorry for all the ones that I didn't get to live, but I definitely will be sending emails to everyone later this week with a detailed site review. So alexachris.com. So this is a intro page, and we definitely recommend for intro pages, those are for short-term purposes. So right now, she's announcing a recording project. So that's okay. If you're announcing something that's for a short time, a couple weeks, or announcing an upcoming album or an upcoming tour, intro page is totally fine. Anything longer than that, definitely don't use an intro page and just basically announce it on your homepage. So basically she's saying to join the exclusive texting group. That's an external widget, looks like, and then let's enter the site. The header image is beautiful, really stands out with her eyes right there. The header title is easy to read. The menu is easy to read. I would maybe increase the font size a little bit just because if I was scrolling, I might miss the menu. So maybe increase the font just a little bit. But it looks great. This is cool. Where can I send your free song? It kind of takes the focus off, hey, sign up to my mailing list, and kind of gets them just answering that question, and then they're going to put their email address in. The welcome message is good. Previous events, and it'll show some of the older events, but if she had some current events, it would show up right here at the top. And then she has her album, and then a blog feature. Looks great. I would probably increase the blog to be because you can make 3 columns with Bandzoogle. Right now, this isn't one of those columns. I would make this 2 of the columns just to make it branch out a little bit more. Let's check out the bio. Bio looks good. I would just add some images on the page. It's always fun to do like a, like a little question and answer, or like a little bullet list here, just to kind of give an at a glance as well. And then it's cool to always put like quotes on the bio page as well. It looks really nice. Music and more. So she's got her music here. You can preview the tracks. I would also sell directly from the site instead of only on iTunes, and you can do that right through the music feature. Video page looks good. It's just a little bit slow loading just on my end right now. Once you get maybe like past like, 4 to 5 or 6 videos, I would definitely recommend archiving some of the older ones and putting them on like an archived page. Photos page looks really nice. Shows page looks good, showing some previous shows. I would add some performance images, and then the contact page looks great as well. So all in all, great job. So I'm going to go ahead and try to stop screen sharing so we can come back to the All right, so we're back. Okay. Yes, thanks, Bree. So Bree says, if you have any questions, you can post them for me now, because now I can see the chat. Let's see. Yolanda says, thanks, Allison and Bree. All right, you're welcome. And Alexis says, thank you. You're welcome as well. I'm glad you guys were able to join us for this webinar. It's really cool to be able to do these live, just because we can kind of go through each page and, check out what you have to offer. Brian says, great info. Linda says, thank you. You're welcome. If you guys, let's see, I want to make sure that we have a couple minutes. If you guys do have any questions, I'm happy to answer them for you. Let's see, does Bandzoogle support pop-ups like lead pages? Anne-Marie says, we don't have pop-ups, like as far as mailing list sign-up form, we don't offer them as a feature. I have seen some people do that on their websites through using the HTML feature, and you can do that if you want. If you have a like a program or a widget that offers that, you can go ahead and do that. The pop-up wouldn't be through our mailing list, so you definitely have to be using an external mailing list company if you wanted to do like a mailing list sign-up form pop-up, but you can add it to your website. Elle says, are you able to have blog page and link the blog to your homepage? You can have a dedicated blog page and you can link it. It's a little bit more tricky to do that, but if you email our support team, they can walk you through how to link it so that you can have it also on your, like the same articles on your homepage. Will there be a recording of this? Cindy asks. Yes, there's a replay. And I will make sure that Bree has the link to the replay. So if she wants to send an email out, actually, yeah, I'll send Bree an email with a replay link. You can also email me, Allison@bandzoogle.com, Allison with 2 L's, and I can send you the replay link as well. Let's see. Bree says, how does the Gig Salad integration work and look on the page? So with Gig Salad, it's basically you just click add content and then click Gig Salad, and then you enter your Gig Salad login, and it'll integrate like your quote feature right on the page. I don't have an example ready of that, though. I am sorry. But yeah, it integrates, so like it'll, like whatever colors you have on your page, it's going to look like it's just built right into your site. So it won't look like a separate widget. It'll be integrated nicely into your site. Linda says, can we sell our music direct from Bandzoogle? Yes. So we have a built-in music feature, and you can upload your tracks or albums or EP or whatever you have, and you can sell right from your site. We don't take a cut of any of your sales, and you can set it to whatever price you want to sell it for, or you can even set it up to free download. You could set it to free with email, or you can even say, let the fans set their own price. So we have a lot of different options in our music feature. Tifoli says, okay, thanks. We'll wait to see what you say about my site. Yes, I will definitely get back to you with a site review. Bree says, careful pop-ups. I heard Google. Yeah, pop-ups. I have mixed feelings about pop-ups because personally, I hate pop-ups. I wish nobody had pop-ups on their site, but there is some statistics that say that because you're kind of putting the mailing list sign-up form in someone's face, sometimes they'll sign up for your site because it's like right there. Personally, I think you should just have a mailing list sign-up form right at the top of your site, like right under your header image, and give your fans the control of when they want to sign up. And again, what Bree had mentioned is as far as Google, they can ding you for having pop-ups on mobile sites as well. So it's just a consideration that you'll want to really think about before adding a pop-up. PJ, I already have Bandzoogle. Can I still use the promo code? The promo code is only for new members, I believe. PJ, if you want to send me an email, Allison@bandzoogle.com. I can check 100% for you on that, but I'm pretty sure it's only for because you're starting a 30-day free trial, and then when you upgrade, it gives you the 15% off. But go ahead and email me, and I will try to work something out for you. Let's see. Linda says, I have email signups on Reverb Nation, and so can I have internal sign up on Bandzoogle too? Yes. So with our mailing sign up form, somebody say they enter their email address, it's going to go right into the database on your account with Bandzoogle. So you'll be able to see all your, your members listed down, and you can send emails to the full list or to even specific groups of your list. So it'll be integrated right into your Bandzoogle site. It wouldn't be integrated with the Reverb Nation anymore. Alexa says, I'm getting ready to upgrade in Bandzoogle, so I can add the store option. If I already paid the yearly fee for Lite, will I need to pay for the full upgrade? Okay, so Alexa, when you upgrade from, say Lite to Standard or Lite to Pro, what's going to happen is the system's automatically going to prorate a refund for your first plan and then charge you the full price for the new plan. Because it's on a subscription, it automatically takes care of that. Let's see. Carlene says, I would love to have the replay link. Actually, I think I can give you the replay link. Hold on, let me just grab it. Yeah, okay, great. I found it. Let me just type it in. Hopefully you guys can see that. Bruce says, have you considered doing an integration with AirGigs? AirGigs, I don't know about AirGigs. I've never heard of that before, but that's interesting. Bree, maybe you and I could email about that later because I've never heard of AirGigs. Let's see. Bree says, I love the way Alexa had her mailing list sign up. It almost assumes you're going to take the free song. Yeah, I loved that. I thought that was a really great way to add a question like that. Linda says, can I import my Reverb Nation emails to my Bandzoogle ones? Yes, you can. You can download your Reverb Nation list as a CSV file. It's pretty easy to do. And then you can just import that CSV file right into Bandzoogle. If you get stuck, we do have a help article, or you can reach out to our help team and they can help you import that. Marianne says, mainly I'm a singer-songwriter, but took up violin playing again after 5 years break. And once I feel ready, I want to offer to play the violin to live or on recordings. Should I perhaps make a special page for that or a whole new site even? What do you recommend? I would definitely just have that be a page on your site. You can even, like if it's like videos or like recordings, you can even make a videos page and, that'd be great. I think keeping everything on one site makes it easy for people to see everything at a glance. Oh, AirGigs is a site where people can hire you for demo focus. Ooh, that's cool. Yeah, definitely email me about that. That sounds really cool. Awesome. I don't see any other questions. Do you guys have any other questions? If not, we can go ahead and wrap up. But I do have a lot of other site reviews that you guys have emailed me with prior to this, and I will definitely get to those this week. All right. So we are a few minutes over, but I wanted to try to make sure that we got all the questions answered. But again, if you guys have any other questions, you can always reach out to me through email. And hopefully we'll be doing another one of these webinars in the future. But thank you all for joining us today. Sorry again, I'm not sure. I'm going to have to send an email to our webinar provider, make sure what happened, why we couldn't see Bree's beautiful face and hear her today. But I'm glad you guys joined us today, and we will see you on the next one. You guys have a great day. Bye.